As writers, we can always find something better to do. There's always a great movie or a great TV show that is on. We can also check out what's going on social media. There's nothing wrong with those things, but when they become a reason for us to procrastinate, that's when there's a problem. Let's talk about how we can overcome procrastination today. Hi, my name is Aisha and welcome to my channel. My mission is to mobilize you, the Christian writer, so that you can share your unique voice with the world. I will be bringing you writing tips and godly encouragement. Are you having trouble getting started writing and you don't know why? I created a free Confident Writers checklist for writers to identify obstacles and help them move forward in their writing journey. If you are looking for something like that to help you get started, I have it linked in the description box. Honestly, I don't see procrastination as being lazy. I know that sometimes it can be described as being lazy, but I don't see it that way. I think there are some deeper reasons as to why we avoid things, which is a symptom of procrastination. We find better things to do. We probably watch TV knowing that we have things to do instead of doing what we know that we should. So, avoidance is a symptom of procrastination. Another symptom is making excuses. My favorite one is I don't have time. And I know that I have the same 24 hours that everyone else has. But if it's truly that important to me, I will make the time. I know that there may be some things that I can let go. Maybe I am not on social media as much, or maybe I'm not watching TV as much. But there are ways for me to make time for writing because I know that that is truly something important that I want to do. Another symptom is finding things that require less mental work. When we look at our to-do list, yes, we have lots of things that we can do and we can get done, but it's writing a priority on our to-do list. We can always find those things that require less mental work and say, well, I will just write tomorrow. And like I said before, I don't believe that procrastination is always just being lazy. I believe that there can be other reasons why we procrastinate. And I'm not a therapist, but I do believe that fear and feeling like we are not enough is a reason that we may not write at times. I know a lot of people think, well, what if people don't read my work? And I want to encourage you today. There is someone out there who is waiting for your voice. They are waiting for you to release those words that will entertain them, that will encourage them, that will inspire them. I hear the word imposter syndrome a lot. And some people say, who am I to write a book? And I say, you are who God called you to write. The words that are sticking in your brain, the words that are coming to your mind over and over that won't let you go. And I feel that so often. And even when I started this channel, I was thinking, who am I to start this channel? But when God calls us to these things, He's doing it for a reason. And we have to get past that question of who am I and start seeking Him for who He wants us to be. Maybe you say, I don't have the skills or the knowledge to write anything. And I say there are so many writing tools out there that can help you write whatever it is that you need to write. There are sites out there like Grammarly. If you use a word processing document, those usually have built-in spell checkers and minimal grammar checkers. So there are so many ways to build your skills. There are websites that teach about writing. There are websites that teach about grammar and spelling. There are books. So there are so many ways to build your skill and knowledge. Comparison is harmful to our dreams. We are different than every other person on this planet. We are individuals and we have our own talents that we're bringing to the table. When you write a book and you bring your experiences to that story, that is what makes your writing special. A lot of times we may find ourselves looking at other people's writing and say, I can't write like that. And that can cause problems when we're trying to write. If you're feeling that way, I would say look at what that person is writing, look at their writing style. You can learn from them. Don't try to be them, don't try to take their style, but you can learn from them. Learn from that other writer's work ethic. How do they stay consistent? How do they continue to release books? How do they have this great writing style? If that's someone that you see that you're comparing yourself to, learn from them. Just remember that your writing has to come from your heart for God to reach the people that He wants to reach through you. Let's talk about the dangers of procrastination. There are some things that occur when we decide that we are not going to take action. There's the possibility of self-sabotage. We have these negative thoughts going through our mind, and it stops us from moving forward. We convince ourselves that we are not able to produce a good writing project. We tell ourselves that we can't write a book. We tell ourselves that we are not good enough and sabotage ourselves before we can even get started. And self-sabotage, it leads to not fulfilling our dreams. And I just tell myself, I don't want to leave this earth without sharing the beautiful words that God has placed in my heart. I know that I am here to help others. Also, when we're procrastinating, we're not responding to God's calling. We are living in disobedience. God has given us a talent that can impact others. We can't just push that to the side. He has filled our hearts with these valuable dreams, and we downplay them when we don't share them with others. So let's move forward in finding out how we can overcome procrastination. And first, let me say, you can do this. You can overcome those obstacles, those barriers that are stopping you from writing. Sometimes it just takes time. And sometimes we don't know what we're missing. So we need planning, we need tools to help us move forward in this writing journey. It just takes us getting started writing. Like you actually take out a journal and just start writing the things that are in your head. And sometimes when I'm having trouble getting started, I will just take out a book, a journal, a notebook, something, and just start writing. And usually I find myself writing for longer than I expected to. Even if you don't have a clear beginning, middle, and end to your story, you can just start writing. Just start free writing. Your free writes can eventually become your brainstorm. You just want to get yourself in the mode of moving forward. Just write what you feel. You can start putting everything together later in the editing process. I also encourage you to learn new things. If you feel like there is something that you want to write about in your story that's going to hinder your progression of your story, then learn about it. Do some research on it. That's a great way to help keep you writing. Another thing I say is write in sprints. I am a big fan of the 15-minute writing habit. If you were to write twice a day for 15 minutes, that's 30 minutes of writing that you're getting in each day. And 30 minutes compared to nothing, that's a great start in my book. I would just say get acquainted with your timer on your phone or just some type of timer, and let that become your best friend. Having that timer and allowing yourself to write for 15 minutes will get you started on your writing habit. You can also think about writing maybe 2 pages a day or 3 pages a day. The writing process, it doesn't have to be in order. You can just write your ideas and put them in order later when you go through the editing process. Just work in short sessions and try to build up that writing habit. I know that 15 minutes doesn't sound like a lot, but remember, time does add up. So if you're doing that consistently, 15 minutes, that time is adding up. Those word counts are adding up. Those pages are adding up. If you don't want to write or type to get started, you can record in the camera app on your phone. No, you don't have to be on camera, but you can just lay the phone down and it will record your voice as you speak. After you make the recording, save the files in a file on your phone, and then you can keep them all together and come back to them when you need them. And of course, you can always write in a notebook or a journal for 15 minutes a day. And don't be surprised if that 15 minutes leads to longer chunks of writing each day. Just do your best to set a time each day as best you can. And also, when you're rereading your writing and editing, those count for that 15 minutes. Those count as writing time because they are a part of the writing process. So take a minute and think about all the writing dates that you want to accomplish. When do you want to write your book? When do you want to spend time writing? When do you want to check in on your milestones? Take a minute, write those down. Now, on your calendar, whether it's written or electronic, note all of your work hours. Note all of your family time. It's just me and my husband, so I don't have to note schedules for kids or anything like that. But note all of your family time on your calendar. You also want to note your downtime. Are you going to make it to where you only go to church and rest on Sundays so you won't write on Sundays? Think about all of the downtime that you need to have where you are resting. Now, do you have any time after that? Look at your expected due dates again. Look at your expected writing dates again. Where can you fit in time for writing? Can you squeeze in 15 minutes a day? Maybe getting up earlier, maybe after you put the kids to bed. When you have a detailed schedule, you can make plans for your writing time. And I want to encourage you to focus on one thing at a time. Eliminate that overwhelming feeling to get started by knowing, I will just write so many words a day, or I will just build my characters today. Just focus on one thing at a time. I really feel that multitasking is not good for our mental health. Well, at least I feel like it's not good for my mental health. When I am focused on too many things at one time, I get absolutely nothing done. And don't forget, once you have your schedule, it doesn't stop there. It actually has to be where you work on those things that are on your schedule. And that is truly the hard part. Once I have things in my calendar, once I have things on my schedule, I realize I do need to go forward with those things. And another point I want to make is that when we overcome procrastination, we are honoring God. I just believe that you are going to do great things in His name. He has called us to great things in His name, and He has plans for us. You can read that in Jeremiah 29:11. Don't compare your writing journey to anyone else's writing journey. You can only honor God by being you, and you are the best you that you can be. God is going to equip you for what He is calling you for. He has blessed you with this wonderful mind that can seek out ways that you can honor Him. He has blessed you with a mind that can look for ways to learn new things and that can look for ways to become a better writer. When you research and learn, you can produce writing that honors God. When you can't see what's next, keep moving forward. Keep planning, keep writing. Sometimes it does look like there's nothing happening, but keep planting those seeds. I know that they are going to bloom very soon. Just keep going. Don't give up. I really hope that this video has been helpful for you. If you're going to move forward in trying to beat procrastination, can you just place a heart in the comments? I want to be praying for you. I want to continue bringing you encouraging content. Also, if you are interested in that Confident Writers Checklist, it is in the description box. You can go ahead and click on that link and get started with that today. I look forward to talking with you very soon.